Hey, what's up? It's Mark at Alchemist Camp, where we learn Elixir and Phoenix by building things. Today I'm going to cover just a bunch of updates, really. I'm going to give some updates on what I've been up to, what's coming up next for me and for Alchemist Camp, and also going to pick the next series. So, over here on the requests page, I have a bit more in my view than you do in yours, but if you go there, you'll see a bunch of requests. Could be features or it could be content where people have spent their green elixir, which you get automatically every week once you have an account on this site, and they voted on what they want me to work on. And I just divide that number of votes by how much work I think that'll be, and come up with a priority. We can see that JSON API project is winning by a huge margin. So I'm going to pick that. I believe this request was made before the Mix Phoenix Gen Auth was the standard way to do auth in Phoenix, before it was really much of a thing at all. So they want token based though. All right. Uh, I'll uh, I'll put a question mark here and think about this, but I will definitely get started on a JSON API project. So this is accepted, and go back to all requests, and you can see there is a little lightning bolt here. This is now in progress. As I said, I'll probably start recording those tomorrow. Then one other thing on here, which is actually a major reason why it's been a while, is I'm in the middle of a site redesign. Nobody has voted for this except for me, but I have a lot of votes, and I'm putting 1,000 elixir into this, and that should put it up to number one. It's still not. Okay, took a total of 1,800 votes to put it over the top. That's because this is a medium hard, or I should say medium large feature. I'm basically upgrading to Phoenix 1.6, which is in progress. I'm rewriting all the templates, and I'm removing SCSS and just using Tailwind CSS for everything. So it's just a bunch of stuff to rewrite. Well, this is still really only the second version of this site, and the first version was not even written in Elixir. It was literally just a static HTML file made with Dillinger IO from some markup. So it's overdue. I'm happy to do that, and that is going to solve this particular request, marking episodes as watched, and the site redesign is also going to categorize episodes. Elixir, actually, I'm not sure if it'll handle this one or not. It will, yeah, display notifications. I don't think users are going to like each other's pages, but it will have notifications in it. That's basically my short-term plan for Alchemist Camp. As far as what slowed me down or why it's been a while, couple things, maybe three or four things. One is that I was really busy on a project. It was a really exciting project, and can't talk too much about it yet. But I was pretty much just devoting the vast majority of my brain to it for a few months. And second thing that happened was I had a minor health scare right after that. Right after I finished working on that, I had my second vaccine shot, which may sound strange. Like, why is it so recent? And that's because I'm in Taiwan, and um, there hasn't been any really bad outbreak here, and people are pretty complacent about getting vaccines, and there haven't been that many vaccines, and I'm not in a particularly high risk category. So, long story short, I finally got my second vaccine shot, and when I went into the clinic to do that, they took my blood pressure, and it was terrifying. It was like 170 over something. So, and then they rechecked it, and it was 160 over something. So um, that justifiably set off some alarm bells, and I really don't want to get on medication. So I bought one of these home blood pressure checker things. So I'll show you here. It's, it is right here, and I basically check it every day, twice actually, and I keep track of like how many hours did I sleep that night. What was I eating? What else was going on? Did I stretch that day? Did I do cardio that day? And the result of it actually it worked pretty well. I realized my sleep was horrible. I was sleeping like 5 hours a night, partially because I was doing these late night phone calls with people in California, and since I'm in Taiwan, there's a bit of a time difference, and I'd only been sleeping like 5 hours a night for a whole month. As soon as I started sleeping like a full night, it was like 3 days, and then like my blood pressure was like all the way down to not quite good, but borderline. And then more data and more tweaking things. Like now it's just about where it should be. So obviously that didn't take up tons and tons of my time, but it did take up a fair amount of my attention. I was thinking about that. Um, the other one was actually live view because I've used live view on a few projects now, and I'm using it to rewrite the site, but it's still not 1.0. And I don't know how many of you were following Alchemist Camp at the time, but I already did a pretty long series on live view. You can see I have a couple videos on it, and then there's an upgrade episode, and then a few more, and then there's another upgrade episode, and then more, and there's another upgrade episode, and it's kind of this thing where unfortunately I made a whole bunch of video which can't be edited after the fact to update for current versions of live view, and it's pretty much obsolete. Um, it's So I kind of been going back and forth on this because live view is front and center in Phoenix 1.6, but on the other hand, I don't really want to make even more videos that are like quickly go out of date. Like one thing that I'm really happy about with Elixir is episodes that I did, at the very beginning of this channel, like 3 years ago, are totally fine because Elixir was past 1.0. And even though there are some new things and there have been new versions that have come out, like all the same stuff works. You might get a deprecation warning here or there with a suggestion of what change to make, but this content is all pretty evergreen. It's really just once it's higher level, once it's stuff in the framework like Phoenix, um, Ecto not so much. It's really Phoenix stuff that's gone out of date more quickly. Still not that bad. Not like the JavaScript world or anything. But it's actually kind of lucky for me that the most requested thing on here is a JSON API project because I will use Phoenix 1.6 for it. But even if there are things around live view that change, nothing related to how to do the JSON API is going to change. So I think that should hit a pretty good balance. After this JSON API series is done, it's pretty much inevitable that I'll be touching more with live view. It's just kind of a trade-off around how much do I want to do that up front versus how stable everything is. So yeah, hopefully that has been helpful. Uh, Outside of Alchemist Camp itself, I've been pursuing a few learning projects. One of them is I took, or I'm in the process of taking a part-time YouTuber Academy course from Ali Abdal. He's got a channel, I guess it's about productivity, about himself, about all kinds of stuff. But it's really interesting. I learned some good stuff, and it's actually slowed down my production of content for this channel a bit because after learning about what kinds of cameras and lighting setups and things to get, it makes me a little bit more hesitant to record a bunch of videos with these curtains and weird wall angle and chipping paint in the background there, all that stuff. So I've been looking for a new place, someplace with a room that's a little bit more suitable for YouTube, kind of like, not necessarily a studio, but just someplace with like a nice, blank wall behind me or something. So yeah, that's been a minor delay, but I got an email from a subscriber today saying, "Hey, where are the videos?" And I think that's totally fair. I'm doing what I can to, improve my skills and upgrade the quality of videos going forward, but nobody cares that much about production quality for this kind of channel, and there's lots and lots of Elixir related stuff to teach. So I will hopefully be posting another video tomorrow, and look forward to hearing your comments. And that's pretty much the state of things here at Alchemist Camp. I'm psyched about the site redesign. I've been leveling up, learning some new things, some portion of which should be a plus for the channel. The other portions are pretty exciting and interesting to me. In fact, maybe I'll make another video about them after I've gotten a bit of the JSON API series out there. Hope you're all doing well, and I will see you tomorrow.